Imagine walking into a room and drawing attention effortlessly, not because you're trying, but because you radiate something irresistible. Picture a world where your relationships are built not on fleeting infatuation or shallow tactics, but on genuine respect, trust, and mutual admiration. Now ask yourself how much of your energy has been spent strategizing to gain someone's interest. How often have you played out the same old scenarios, waiting for a text back, curating the perfect response, or timing your encounters like a chess game? Did these efforts lead to the connection you truly desired, or did they leave you drained and unfulfilled? Today, we're throwing away that playbook. This isn't about tricks or manipulation, it's about transformation. The power to attract begins with the relationship you have with yourself. And that's where Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of inner strength and clarity, becomes your greatest ally. These 11 booster power moves will challenge you to think differently, live differently, and ultimately love differently. By the end of this journey, you won't just be another face in the crowd, you'll be someone unforgettable. Let's start with the first move, the foundation for all the rest. Building your vibrant world first. 1. Build your vibrant world first. Why does attraction seem effortless for some people? It's not their appearance or clever words, it's their energy. They have created a life so fulfilling and engaging that others naturally gravitate toward them. So the first question you must ask yourself is, what kind of world are you building for yourself? When your happiness relies on external validation, it's like chasing a shadow, always elusive, always out of reach. But when you channel your energy into cultivating a life rich with meaning, passions, and joy, you no longer need to chase, you become the one pursued. This is the essence of Stoicism, finding fulfillment within rather than seeking it from others. What lights you up? Think about the hobbies, ambitions, and passions you've set aside in the name of relationships. Why have you sacrificed parts of yourself to fit into someone else's world? Reclaim those parts. When you pour yourself into the things you love, your authenticity shines, and authenticity is the most attractive quality anyone can possess. Consider this. What kind of energy do you bring into a room? Is it desperate, overeager, or anxious? Or is it calm, self-assured, and content? The Stoic perspective reminds us that we cannot control others, only ourselves. The more we invest in becoming centered and self-sufficient, the more magnetic we become. But building your world isn't just about hobbies or career achievements, it's about cultivating inner peace. Dedicate time to understanding your values and aligning your actions with them. Ask yourself, am I living according to my principles, or am I bending to the expectations of others? A vibrant life also requires boundaries. Stoicism teaches us that saying no is not a rejection of others, but a commitment to ourselves. Are you overcommitting to please others, or are you reserving space for the things that truly matter? By protecting your energy, you create a life that others want to be a part of, not out of obligation, but out of admiration. Imagine walking through your day with a sense of purpose. Every step you take reflects your priorities, and every interaction enriches your life rather than drains it. This isn't just attractive, it's transformational. You're no longer waiting for someone to complete you, you're whole. And in being whole, you invite others to share in your completeness. As you craft this vibrant life, you'll notice something magical. People will begin to notice you without you trying. They'll see the glow that comes from being deeply engaged with your world. And you'll realize the truth that Stoicism teaches us. The person who is most free is the one who needs the least. So, I ask you again, what kind of world are you building? What steps can you take today to create a life so fulfilling that it attracts others effortlessly? Begin there, and you'll discover that the power to attract lies not in their attention, but in your self-possession. Now that your foundation is set, let's move to the next step, cultivating integrity, the key to creating unshakable trust and connection in any relationship. 2. Show integrity in actions and words. What makes someone truly irresistible? It's not clever words or fleeting gestures, it's trust. Trust is the invisible thread that binds people together, and it starts with integrity. When your words align with your actions, you become someone others can rely on. And reliability, that's a rare and precious quality in today's world. pause and reflect. Do your actions reflect your promises? How often do we say things we don't fully mean, either out of convenience or to please others? Stoicism teaches us to value truth above all. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. In relationships, integrity is magnetic because it creates safety. Imagine this scenario. You tell your partner, "I'll always have your back," but your actions show inconsistency. Over time, even small broken promises chip away at trust. Now imagine the opposite. Your words and actions always match. You say you'll be there and you show up. You commit to listening and you truly hear them. This consistency builds an unshakable bond. But integrity isn't just about what you do for others. It's about how you live for yourself. Are you true to your values even when no one is watching? Integrity begins in the small, everyday choices. Being on time, fulfilling commitments, and speaking honestly. Each act reinforces the foundation of who you are. And this foundation doesn't just support you, it attracts others to you. Ask yourself, when people look at my life, do they see someone who lives with clarity and intention? If the answer is unclear, take this as an opportunity to realign. Integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about striving to live authentically and owning up to your mistakes when they happen. Speaking of mistakes, how do you handle them? When you fall short, do you deflect blame or take responsibility? Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control outcomes, but we can control how we respond. A sincere apology and a commitment to improvement show strength, not weakness. People admire those who have the courage to admit when they're wrong and the humility to make things right. And here's the beauty of living with integrity. It sets you free. You no longer have to juggle half-truths or manage conflicting stories. You live in alignment, which gives you a calm confidence that others can't help but notice. When someone trusts you completely, they relax in your presence. They know they don't have to second-guess you, which creates a connection that is deeper than words. Think about your relationships. How much of the tension you've experienced could have been eased by greater clarity and consistency? How would things change if every promise you made became a promise kept? Reflect on this and let your next interaction be a testament to your commitment to integrity. As you implement this power move, start small. Be honest about your limits and follow through on commitments, no matter how minor they seem. Over time, these actions will speak louder than any words ever could. Integrity isn't just attractive, it's transformative. It turns ordinary relationships into lasting partnerships and fleeting connections into meaningful bonds. The more you live with integrity, the more you draw people into your life who value the same qualities. And that's where true connection begins. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you experienced the power of integrity in your relationships? What challenges do you face in staying true to your word? Let's start a meaningful conversation. Your insights could inspire someone else on their journey. And if you're finding value in these ideas, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. By doing so, you're helping spread the transformative power of Stoicism and fostering stronger, more authentic relationships everywhere. Thank you for being here. And stay with us, because the next move will show you how relentless growth can turn you into someone truly unforgettable. 3. Pursue knowledge relentlessly. What sets apart someone truly unforgettable? It's not just charm or looks, it's depth. Depth comes from growth, from an unquenchable thirst to learn and evolve. Pursuing knowledge relentlessly doesn't just enhance who you are, it enriches every relationship you touch. Have you ever been captivated by someone who can turn an ordinary conversation into a gateway to new ideas? Maybe they shared an interesting perspective, a book they're reading, or a skill they're mastering. Their passion for learning doesn't just draw you in, it ignites something within you. Ask yourself, when was the last time you pursued something just for the joy of growing? In Stoicism, wisdom is one of the highest virtues. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of learning, writing, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you pursue knowledge, you're equipping yourself with tools to navigate life's challenges with clarity and resilience. But more than that, you're cultivating a presence that others find irresistibly magnetic. And think about how this plays out in relationships. When you share something you've learned, you create opportunities for connection. Instead of superficial conversations, you dive into meaningful topics that challenge and inspire. Whether it's a new perspective on an issue, a fascinating historical fact, or insights into human behavior, your willingness to explore creates space for growth, not just for you, but for the people around you. But relentless learning isn't about showing off. True knowledge comes with humility. It's not about knowing everything. It's about being curious, open, and willing to admit when you don't know. This humility is key. It shows others that you're approachable, grounded, and constantly evolving. Who wouldn't be drawn to someone like that? Now think about the emotional intelligence that comes from this pursuit. When you study communication, psychology, or even your own past experiences, you become more attuned to the needs and emotions of others. You recognize patterns, anticipate reactions, and navigate conflicts with grace. This makes you not just a partner, but a source of calm and understanding, qualities that are invaluable in any relationship. Consider this. How often do you bring fresh energy into your connections? When you grow, you bring new perspectives, ideas, and experiences that keep relationships vibrant. Stagnation happens when we stop feeding our minds. But when you pursue knowledge, you're always evolving, and that evolution inspires others to grow with you. Relentlessly seeking knowledge also builds your confidence. The more you learn, the more capable you feel. This quiet confidence doesn't need to be announced, it simply exists. Others sense it, admire it, and want to be part of it. Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we can control, and learning is one of the most empowering ways to expand that control. You grow stronger, more resilient, and more interesting with every step. Ask yourself, what fascinates me? What have I always wanted to understand more deeply? Whether it's mastering a new language, delving into philosophy, or learning to cook, the act of pursuing something for its own sake brings joy and fulfillment. It also sends a powerful message to those around you. You are someone who values growth and embraces life with curiosity. Imagine a relationship where you and your partner challenge each other to grow, where every conversation feels like an exchange of ideas, not just a routine exchange of words. That dynamic begins with you. The more you pursue knowledge, the more you inspire others to do the same. In Stoicism, we are reminded that life is fleeting. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This isn't just a call to study, it's a call to engage fully with the world around you, to seek out experiences, reflect on them, and use what you learn to create a richer, more meaningful existence. So what will you learn today? And how will you use that knowledge to deepen your connections tomorrow? Stay curious, stay humble, and let the pursuit of knowledge shape you into someone truly unforgettable. In the next move, we'll explore how balancing availability can enhance your relationships and amplify your presence. Let's dive in. 4. Limit availability. Have you ever noticed that the things we value most are often the ones that aren't readily available? It's a simple truth of human nature. Scarcity creates appreciation. When something or someone is constantly within reach, it's easy to take them for granted. This isn't about playing games, it's about creating a healthy balance that fosters mutual respect and admiration. Ask yourself, how often do I make myself too available? In relationships, it's tempting to prioritize the other person's needs above your own. You answer every text immediately, say yes to every plan, and bend over backward to be there at all times. While this might seem like devotion, it can sometimes send the wrong message. Instead of being appreciated, your constant presence risks being overlooked. Stoicism teaches us to value our time and to treat it as a finite resource. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." When you recognize the preciousness of your time, you naturally begin to guard it more carefully. This isn't selfish, it's self-respect. Limiting availability doesn't mean withholding affection or playing hard to get. It means ensuring that you maintain a balanced life. Are you prioritizing your own passions, goals, and relationships outside of the one you're trying to cultivate? If not, you risk losing the very individuality that made you attractive in the first place. Picture a person who has a full, vibrant life, someone engaged in their work, passionate about their hobbies, and connected to their community. They're not constantly waiting by the phone or reshaping their day to accommodate someone else. This kind of independence is deeply appealing. It shows confidence, self-sufficiency, and a sense of purpose. Now imagine the opposite. Someone who is always available, always eager, always leaning in. Their intentions might be good, but their over-availability can feel overwhelming. It removes the sense of anticipation and excitement that keeps relationships alive. Are you allowing space for the other person to miss you? Creating this balance isn't just about attraction, it's about sustainability. Relationships thrive when both people maintain their individuality. When you focus on your own life, you bring fresh energy, ideas, and experiences into the relationship. This keeps the dynamic alive and ensures that you're not just coexisting, but growing together. Consider the importance of boundaries. Limiting availability means setting clear boundaries about your time and energy. What are the things in your life that deserve your attention, and how are you prioritizing them? When you value your time, others begin to value it as well. They see that your attention isn't given lightly, making it all the more meaningful. But remember, balance is key. Limiting availability doesn't mean creating emotional distance. It's not about withholding love or affection, but about ensuring that your presence remains intentional. The goal is not to manipulate, but to cultivate mutual respect. When you're present, be fully present. When you're apart, use that time to recharge and refocus. Think of a musician playing a beautiful melody. If they never paused between the notes, the music would become overwhelming and lose its rhythm. The same is true for relationships. The pauses, the time apart, allow the connection to breathe and flourish. Ask yourself, what does my availability communicate to others? Is it a reflection of my self-respect and priorities, or is it an attempt to gain validation? When you begin to limit your availability, you'll notice a shift. You'll feel more centered, and others will begin to see you as someone whose time is a privilege, not an expectation. As you create this balance, you'll find that your relationships deepen. The anticipation of being together becomes more meaningful, and your time together is valued rather than taken for granted. This isn't about scarcity, it's about creating a dynamic where both people feel seen, appreciated, and free to grow. With this principle in place, let's explore how keeping a touch of mystery alive can further enhance the spark in your relationships. Stay with me as we uncover the next step in mastering the art of attraction. 5. Keep mysteries alive. What keeps relationships exciting, fresh, and full of intrigue? It's not grand gestures or constant surprises. It's the sense of discovery. The idea that there's always more to learn about someone, more layers to uncover, is what fuels long-lasting attraction. But here's the question. Are you allowing room for mystery in your connections? Mystery isn't about hiding parts of yourself or being evasive, it's about pacing the journey of discovery. Imagine reading a book where all the secrets are revealed in the first chapter. Would you stay engaged? Probably not. Relationships are no different. When you share everything at once, the sense of anticipation fades, leaving little left to explore. Think about the last time you felt drawn to someone. Wasn't it the subtle hints of who they were, the small glimpses of their personality, values, and passions that intrigued you? Stoicism encourages us to embrace the present moment and allow things to unfold naturally. By resisting the urge to overshare or rush into things, you create an environment where curiosity can thrive. But how do you cultivate mystery without being distant? It starts with intentionality. Ask yourself, am I giving my relationships room to grow, or am I rushing to define everything too soon? The most captivating connections happen when you let moments breathe, when you allow the other person to wonder and discover, one interaction at a time. Here's an example. Instead of immediately revealing every detail about your life, share stories when they naturally align with the flow of conversation. If someone asks about your hobbies, don't list them all at once. Share one and let it lead to a deeper discussion. Leave them wanting to know more, not because you're withholding, but because you're savoring the joy of gradual discovery. Mystery also thrives in the small surprises. Imagine leaving your partner a note with a thought-provoking question or planning an unexpected outing based on something they casually mentioned weeks ago. These gestures don't just maintain interest, they show attentiveness, which is deeply attractive. But mystery isn't just about action, it's also about presence. When you're fully present in a conversation but don't feel the need to fill every silence, you create intrigue. People are naturally drawn to those who are comfortable with pauses, with listening, and with simply being. It's important to balance mystery with openness. Ask yourself, is my mystery creating excitement or confusion? Too much ambiguity can lead to misunderstandings. The goal is to remain authentic and genuine while allowing space for curiosity. Mystery should deepen trust, not erode it. Consider the role of independence in maintaining mystery. When you have your own passions, interests, and routines, you naturally bring new energy to your connections. You're not just sharing experiences, you're inviting someone into a dynamic, ever-evolving world. This independence keeps you unpredictable in the best way, continually sparking interest and admiration. Let's not forget the role of shared adventures in cultivating mystery. Whether it's trying something new together, exploring a different hobby, or simply taking a spontaneous road trip, these experiences create opportunities to discover new aspects of each other. They remind you that no matter how much you think you know someone, there's always more to learn. Mystery isn't a one-time effort, it's a mindset. It's about staying curious about the other person and about yourself. As Stoicism teaches, the journey inward is endless. When you're continuously exploring your own depths, you naturally bring that energy into your relationships. Now it's your turn. Have you ever experienced the power of mystery in your relationships? What small steps can you take today to invite more curiosity and discovery into your connections? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if this insight resonates with you, take a moment to like this video. Every like, every comment helps us spread these powerful principles of Stoicism and self-growth to more people. Let's keep building a community that values connection, curiosity, and depth. Thank you for being here, and stay tuned for the next move. The art of commanding your presence in every space you enter. It's going to change how you see yourself and how others see you. 6. Command your space. What does it mean to command your space? It's not about dominance or taking up more room than others. It's about presence. It's about stepping into any environment with a quiet, confident energy that tells the world, I know my worth, and I don't need validation. Ask yourself, how do I carry myself in a room? Do you shrink into the background, hesitant to draw attention? Or do you move with intention, exuding a calm self-assuredness? Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we can control, and one of the most powerful things we control is our posture, demeanor, and energy. Consider how you stand, walk, and interact with others. When your head is held high, your shoulders back, and your movements deliberate, you project confidence. This isn't arrogance, it's a deep inner knowing that you belong. And when you believe you belong, others believe it too. Body language is only part of the equation. Commanding your space also means being present in the moment. In conversations, are you distracted, looking at your phone, or nervously thinking about what to say next? Or are you fully engaged, listening with your whole being? True presence is rare, and when you embody it, people notice. So think about the power of stillness. Someone who isn't hurried or fidgeting, who pauses before speaking, who takes their time to respond thoughtfully. They command attention effortlessly. This is Stoicism in action, maintaining calm and composure regardless of the situation. But commanding your space isn't just about how you interact with others, it's about how you treat yourself. Do you respect your own boundaries? Do you prioritize your needs and values, or do you let others dictate your time and energy? When you honor yourself, it naturally translates into how you move through the world. Finally, remember that commanding your space doesn't mean overpowering others. It's about creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and trust. Your presence should invite collaboration, not competition. The quiet confidence you exude sets the tone for how others interact with you, fostering relationships built on authenticity and balance. Now ask yourself, what does my energy communicate to the world? If it's not where you want it to be, don't worry. Start small. Practice being present in your daily interactions. Stand tall, move with intention, and trust in your worth. Over time, this practice will become second nature, and you'll find yourself commanding not just physical spaces, but the attention and respect of everyone you meet. 7. Show unshakable confidence. Confidence is magnetic, but what separates genuine confidence from bravado? True confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's steady, grounded, and unshakable. It's knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you bring to the table, regardless of external validation. Stoicism offers a clear path to this kind of confidence. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and let go of what we cannot. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True confidence stems from this realization. When you are no longer swayed by others' opinions, you become a force to be reckoned with. But confidence isn't about perfection. In fact, acknowledging your imperfections makes you more relatable and approachable. Ask yourself, do I accept my flaws as part of my humanity, or do I let them hold me back? People are drawn to those who embrace their imperfections with grace and humor. It shows resilience and self-awareness, two hallmarks of genuine confidence. Confidence also manifests in how you handle challenges. When faced with adversity, do you react impulsively or approach the situation with calm resolve? Someone who maintains composure under pressure demonstrates an inner strength that others admire. This is the kind of stability that makes you a trusted partner, friend, or colleague. But confidence is not just for tough moments. It's also about how you celebrate yourself. Are you proud of your achievements? Do you share your passions and talents without fear of judgment? People are naturally drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves, who live with a sense of purpose and conviction. To cultivate unshakable confidence, start by examining your self-talk. Are you building yourself up or tearing yourself down? Replace doubt with encouragement and judgment with compassion. Remember, confidence is built through action. The more you step outside your comfort zone and face your fears, the stronger your confidence will grow. Finally, confidence isn't about comparison. It's about being the best version of yourself, not someone else. What makes you unique? When you embrace your individuality, you stop trying to fit into someone else's mold and start radiating the authenticity that draws people in. Unshakable confidence isn't about never failing, it's about knowing that failure doesn't define you. It's the quiet assurance that you can handle whatever comes your way, and that no matter the circumstances, you are enough. As you cultivate this confidence, notice how it transforms your interactions. You'll speak with more clarity, move with more purpose, and connect with others on a deeper level. And that, more than anything, is what makes you unforgettable. With confidence as your foundation, let's move to the next step, offering sincere compliments, a powerful way to build trust and deepen relationships. Stay with me as we continue this journey. 8. Offer sincere compliments. Have you ever felt the warmth of a genuine compliment? Not the kind offered out of politeness or obligation, but one that recognizes something uniquely valuable about you. A sincere compliment has the power to light up someone's day and create a bond that feels both meaningful and memorable. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you gave a compliment that truly came from the heart? Compliments are often overlooked as a tool for connection, but they are incredibly powerful when given with authenticity. When you take the time to notice something special about someone, whether it's their kindness, their resilience, or their creativity, you're showing them that you truly see and appreciate who they are. And in a world often filled with criticism and judgment, that kind of recognition is magnetic. But what makes a compliment sincere? It starts with observation. Stoicism teaches us to remain mindful and present, to truly notice the world and the people around us. A compliment born from this mindfulness resonates because it's rooted in truth. Do you pay attention to the qualities that make others unique, or do you let those details pass by unnoticed? Let's be clear. A sincere compliment isn't flattery. Flattery seeks to gain favor, while a genuine compliment seeks to give recognition. For example, instead of saying, "You're so smart," you might say, "I admire the way you analyze problems. It's inspiring to see how you break things down so clearly." The difference lies in specificity. A detailed compliment shows that you're truly paying attention, and that depth creates a stronger emotional connection. Compliments don't have to focus solely on achievements or external qualities. Some of the most impactful ones highlight personal traits or values. Think about how meaningful it is to hear, "I really respect your honesty," or "Your optimism makes even tough days feel brighter." These kinds of compliments reinforce what Stoicism teaches, that our character and virtues are our greatest assets. Now, consider the timing of your compliments. A well-placed word of encouragement during a difficult moment can uplift someone in profound ways. Perhaps a friend is doubting their abilities, and you remind them of their past accomplishments or how their perseverance has inspired you. Compliments given in moments of need show thoughtfulness and care, leaving a lasting impression. But compliments are not just about what you say, they're also about how you say it. Your tone, eye contact, and body language matter. A genuine compliment carries a sense of warmth and presence that words alone can't convey. Are you delivering your compliments with the sincerity they deserve? Sincere compliments are also a powerful tool for self-reflection. When you take the time to notice and appreciate others, you start to notice and appreciate the good within yourself as well. This creates a cycle of positivity that not only enhances your relationships but also strengthens your own sense of gratitude and fulfillment. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced the power of a genuine compliment, either as the giver or the receiver? What's a compliment that has stayed with you, and why? If this resonates with you, take a moment to like this video. Compliments may seem small, but their impact is anything but. Let's spread this energy of appreciation and make the world and our relationships a little brighter. And don't forget to stick around, because next, we're diving into the art of precision in communication, a skill that can transform how you connect with others. Stay tuned. 9. Communicate with precision. Words are powerful. They have the ability to build trust, resolve conflict, and deepen intimacy, or to create confusion and distance. Yet, how often do we use words carelessly, assuming others will understand our intentions? Precision in communication isn't just a skill, it's a cornerstone of meaningful connections. Do your words truly reflect what you mean? Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and few things are as controllable as our speech. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Let no one any longer hear you finding fault with the court life or with your own." This reminds us to use words intentionally, speaking only when they add value to a conversation or express something truthful. Are you speaking to express yourself clearly, or are you merely reacting? Precision begins with clarity. When you communicate, are your thoughts organized and concise? For instance, instead of saying, "I feel like we don't spend enough time together," you might say, "I'd love to plan more quality time with you this week. How about Friday evening?" The latter not only expresses your need but also offers a solution, reducing the chance of misunderstanding. Precision also means being honest, even when the truth is uncomfortable. It's easy to sugarcoat your words or avoid difficult conversations altogether, but this often leads to frustration and unresolved tension. Ask yourself, am I being honest in a way that is constructive and kind? Precision doesn't mean bluntness. It means finding the balance between truth and compassion. Listening is just as important as speaking. When someone shares their thoughts, are you truly hearing them, or are you thinking about your response? Active listening allows you to respond with precision because you fully understand the other person's perspective. This creates a dialogue rooted in respect and understanding. Another key aspect of precise communication is emotional awareness. Stoicism reminds us to stay grounded, even when emotions run high. Before responding in a heated moment, pause and reflect. Will my words bring resolution or fuel the conflict? Sometimes the most precise communication is silence, a moment to gather your thoughts before continuing the conversation. Precision also extends to how you interpret others' words. Misunderstandings often arise when we assume meaning instead of seeking clarification. Instead of reacting to a vague statement like, "You never listened to me," you might respond with curiosity. "Can you tell me more about what you mean? I want to understand." This simple act of seeking clarity can diffuse tension and foster connection. Finally, precision in communication requires practice. It's not about being perfect, but about striving to be intentional. Pay attention to the words you use, the tone you adopt, and the timing of your conversations. Each interaction is an opportunity to refine your ability to connect and express yourself. Imagine the impact of precise communication in your relationships. Conflicts would become opportunities for growth, not sources of division. Everyday interactions would feel richer and more meaningful. And most importantly, you would build trust through your consistent ability to express your needs, values, and emotions clearly. So ask yourself, what can I do today to make my communication more precise? How can I speak with clarity and intention while listening with openness and empathy? Precision in communication is not just a skill, it's a gift, one that strengthens relationships and fosters understanding in a world where clarity is often overlooked. In the next step, we'll explore how commanding your physical and emotional space can elevate your presence and create lasting impressions. Let's keep going on this journey to master the art of attraction. 10. Command your space. What does it mean to command your space? It's not about drawing attention for attention's sake, nor is it about being the loudest or most assertive person in the room. To command your space is to exude a quiet confidence that makes your presence undeniable. How do you show up in the spaces you occupy? Stoicism reminds us that how we carry ourselves reflects our inner state. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Commanding your space begins with embodying your principles. When your posture, actions, and energy align with your values, you project an authenticity that draws others in without effort. Start with your physical presence. Are you aware of how your body speaks before you even say a word? Straight posture, steady movements, and purposeful gestures all convey confidence. People notice those who seem grounded and comfortable in their own skin. Do you move with intention, or do you allow insecurity to dictate your presence? But commanding your space goes beyond physicality. It's also about emotional presence. When you engage in a conversation, are you fully present, or are you distracted? People who command their space listen attentively, speak thoughtfully, and remain unfazed by external pressures. This calm focus creates an aura of reliability and trustworthiness. Commanding your space also means knowing when to step back. True confidence doesn't require constant assertion. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is observe, listen, and let others come to you. This patience reflects a deep sense of self-assurance. Think about how you handle social dynamics. Are you comfortable with silence, or do you rush to fill every gap? Do you wait for your turn to speak, or do you interrupt out of nervousness? Those who command their space embrace stillness and pause. They understand that presence isn't about dominating, but about harmonizing with the moment. Lastly, consider the energy you bring into a space. Are you uplifting, or do you unintentionally drain those around you? Commanding your space means taking responsibility for your impact. When you walk into a room, let your energy communicate calmness, positivity, and warmth. This doesn't just make you memorable, it inspires others to feel at ease in your presence. Ask yourself, what does my presence say about me? Am I projecting confidence, focus, and authenticity, or am I letting uncertainty overshadow my potential? By refining how you show up physically, emotionally, and energetically, you naturally draw others to you. Commanding your space is not about taking more than you give. It's about filling your role in every interaction with purpose and intention. 11. Implement strategic pausing. In a world filled with constant noise, silence can be one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. Strategic pausing is the art of knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to let the moment breathe. It's about using stillness to amplify your words and create depth in your connections. How comfortable are you with silence? Stoicism emphasizes the value of measured responses. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." A pause before speaking allows you to reflect, ensuring that your words are thoughtful and deliberate. It also demonstrates composure, a trait that is both calming and compelling. Consider how a well-timed pause can change the tone of a conversation. When someone shares something important, pausing before responding shows that you're truly processing their words. It tells them that their thoughts matter, fostering a sense of respect and connection. Pausing also gives your words more weight. Imagine delivering a heartfelt compliment or a meaningful insight. A brief pause before speaking builds anticipation, making your message more impactful. Are you rushing your words, or are you allowing space for them to resonate? Strategic pausing isn't just about speaking, it's also about listening. Silence encourages others to open up, filling the space with their thoughts and emotions. This creates a deeper dialogue, one that goes beyond surface-level exchanges. By resisting the urge to fill every gap, you create an environment where meaningful communication can flourish. In moments of conflict, pausing can be transformative. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a breath. Reflect on what you want to convey and how it aligns with your values. A measured response can diffuse tension and lead to more productive resolutions. How often do you pause in moments of disagreement, and what might change if you did? Pausing also enhances your presence. Someone who isn't afraid of silence exudes confidence and control. They don't rush to fill the void because they trust that their presence is enough. This calm assurance is magnetic, drawing others closer and making your interactions more impactful. Finally, strategic pausing reminds us to embrace the moment. In our rush to speak, to act, to respond, we often miss the beauty of simply being. Stoicism encourages us to find stillness amidst the chaos, to recognize that sometimes the most profound things are left unsaid. Ask yourself, am I comfortable with silence both in conversations and within myself? How can I use pauses to bring more meaning to my words and actions? By mastering the art of strategic pausing, you create space for deeper understanding, connection, and reflection. With this final move, we close our exploration of the 11 boosters that drive people crazy and redefine the art of attraction. Together, these principles offer not just a guide for relationships, but a way to live with authenticity, confidence, and purpose. Let them inspire you to cultivate the kind of presence that leaves a lasting impact. As we come to the end of this journey through the 11 booster power moves, reflect on what we've explored together. These aren't just strategies to drive them crazy in the fleeting sense of the phrase. They are tools for living a life of depth, meaning, and connection. They challenge you to master yourself first, your passions, your presence, your principles, and in doing so, become someone who naturally draws others in. What's the common thread in all of these? It's authenticity. Stoicism teaches us that living true to our values, being present in our actions, and aligning our external expressions with our inner virtues is the foundation of a fulfilling life and the key to meaningful relationships. Now it's your turn to put these principles into practice. Take a moment to ask yourself, which of these power moves speaks to me the most right now? Where do I feel called to grow or refine my approach? Start there. Even small changes can lead to profound shifts in how you connect with others and, more importantly, with yourself. By integrating these moves into your life, you're not just becoming more attractive, you're cultivating a presence that inspires admiration, respect, and love. You're not just drawing people to you, you're creating relationships built on trust, growth, and shared values. If this journey resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these 11 moves feels most aligned with your personal goals? What do you plan to implement first? Don't forget to like this video if it added value to your life, and subscribe for more content that combines timeless wisdom with practical strategies for personal growth. Share this with someone who could benefit from these ideas. You might just change their perspective. Thank you for being here and for investing in your growth. As the Stoics remind us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. May your journey toward authenticity and connection bring you the fulfillment you deserve. Until next time, live fully, grow fearlessly, and remain unapologetically you.